Should have my sound on now. Oh, are you seeing me? My desktop. Let's spotlight. Okay, now we should be good. Oh no, one thing, gotta let my cat out. Gonna go out. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, last thing I needed was to have her squalling on the video. So oh, Christy's on, Vesta's on. Hi guys. I'm here. It's Wednesday. I've been going like crazy today. I went down to Indiana, had an awesome lunch, Christy. Thought of you with the white salsa sauce. But went down there, went back, ran some errands, just all kinds of good stuff going on today. Feels like we got wheels under our rears with the trip up north and back, and now today to Indiana and back. So I'm focused now. I got my newsletter out, so you should have got that in your inbox short time ago. I didn't get the class out yet, but I will. I will make up the whole email about the class. But in my newsletter, I put a picture of the prototype backpack, and then a little blurb about the cards and stuff. So you should see that. You can respond. I will do, like I said, the whole email announcement about the class yet to come. Let's see, what do we got from the Stampin' Up! World today? Or I'm gonna say today because I kind of lost a couple days. Could have been yesterday, but I think it's today. Today, the new mini catalog went live. The scrapbooking brochure went live. I got some really cool kits in the scrapbook brochure. Be sure you check that out. Should be a link in my newsletter, or you could see that online now at the online store, I'm sure. And that is it. Oh, and two new kits. Two new Stampin' Up! Kits came today. One is ornaments, and I think I read that you don't need any extra adhesive. Everything is in there that you'll need to put them together, and it comes in a little keepsake box that you can store them in or use for something else, and a organizer box. So you can make 10 cards with different greetings and then tuck them in the organizer box. And then as you make other cards, you can use the organizer box. So that would be an awesome gift idea. I think it was $25 I saw. So that would be an awesome gift if you need some like random gifts for people. You can get your craft on and make a gift for somebody. Or get together with your friends and do it at the same time together. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to get on with it. Today is my first time I used this. You guys, I told you I was going to try and use stuff that's been sitting around. And I bought the Layers of Beauty at the tail end of the catalog, the mini catalog, the January through April one. I want to say it carried over. Not positive, but I think it carried over. And today I just said, I'm going to use it. So I got it out, found some samples that I really liked, and voila, we're ready to go. So let's get ready to go. Hey, Debbie Green. Oh, what did Christy say? She's wanted to, yeah, I was going to get you some, Christy. I was going to bring you back some white sauce, and I thought, I don't know how long it keeps before I saw you again. So if I go back again, I will bring you some up to Girls Weekend at the end of the month. Oh, maybe Patty and I will be driving through there on Sunday. So anyway, let me get going here. Hey, Debbie Green. Let me focus, Jill. I just ran up and ate dinner. I ate the rest of my lunch today. I always get the same thing when I go to Salsa's down in Granger. I always get the same thing because I don't go there often enough that I want to risk getting something different. Hopefully other people may do that same thing, and it's just not a oddity from me, but yeah, I think it's called mojo shrimp. shrimp over rice with avocado and onions and tomatoes in a like a garlic sauce. It's so good. All right, let me get what I got going here. So here is a layers of beauty stamp set. The bundle, you also got the masks, and there's a die set. I did not use the die set tonight. I just didn't want to go that route, but this giant, I think because when I looked at it, I was running short on time from all my errands today. And when I looked at it, all these little pieces just kind of, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. But I did see Amy Conder's had she used I believe she used the wood, the country wood pack with a whitewashed piece, and then she tucked some of these in look like pecan pie around the back of it. Oh, it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't want to mess with all the dies, so I copped out, you guys, to get it done, to give you some ideas, and I did not use the dies. But we will use these masks, and I'm just going to give you a little rundown for anybody that hasn't used the masks. To know that you've got them in the right, like facing the right direction, there's a notch right here. And so all of them will line up in that notch. Do not be discouraged by what I'm going to make, because I'm not going to like go straight up and down. So it's going to take me a minute to find the design of which direction my mask will need to go. But just know that that's how you're going to use them. And there's a little tiny number. I don't think you can see it. Oh, I just saw it. Oh, I think probably wigging out. Anyway, I'll let you believe me. There's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So each one makes a different layer. And our layers, we're going to make this. And I'll show you another sample that I made this one as well. This one I used petal pink, and I didn't really like it, so then I went over it with bubble bath, so it looks a little more brownish. Might be better looking if maybe Flirty Flamingo was in there, and maybe Calypso Coral or something. It's still very pretty colors. I'm just not a fan of this color. So I went, is it time for Halloween? Almost, Reed. Did you? Oh, speaking of Halloween, I found a fun costume at my mom's house over the weekend, and I didn't bring it back. I'll get it before Halloween, but and it has a mask. So I'm using Bubble Bath, Petunia Pop, and Berry Burst. And then these are just Old Olive. So let me get started and show you what we're going to do here. Let me set that back a little bit. And rather than kind of show you, let me make sure I got this. Show you, I'm not going to build it from the back to the front today because I got all my pieces sitting off to the side. So we're going to just hop right in with our masking. So I'm going to set them here. Kathy's on, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's on too. I get to see Kathy in a couple weeks. And Vesta is leaving. I see she is headed. Oh, Lori's on. Hi, Lori. Vesta's going to be leaving soon to head to our girls' weekend in Ohio. She is traveling a long way. She's coming from Colorado, and I saw another girl that's coming. Looks like she was going to be, I forgot who it was. She was going to be coming a long way too, because she was going to spend the night somewhere. And then the next day or another day of her journey, it was going to be 4.5 hours to get to the place. So we got some people coming from quite a long ways away. All right, so I'm just using my Memento ink. And as I said, the masks, I'll have to line them up and do some twisting because not exactly sure. Let's just take a half a second and see. So there's 2 and 1. So probably 2 and 1. It would go on like this, probably technically up and down. So you'd want to probably go up and down if you wanted to use the masks a little less cumbersome. But we're going to try this and see. Hopefully I don't have you guys say, oh, heck no, I'm never using one of those, because it really isn't that bad. I just had to keep my mind on what I was doing and finding a focal point to line up. So I put one stamp down, and you could call that good. I wanted to kind of fill up my paper a little more. So then I didn't want to go this way but I think I will for you guys because I got a little more space on this one. And then my lineup will be a little bit easier. On my sample, I think I went like this. And then that kind of just messed me all up for laying my mask down. So to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to go just like this. Make sure they're not going to overlap. Oh, Kathy. And you get to see them pretty much every day, don't you, Kathy? You said that the kids come over at dinner time. Do you get to pretty much see them every day then? Suppose if they don't come over, what, you could just hop on your little bike and ride right over there or walk. All right, let me wipe my surface off. We don't need to be wearing all that ink everywhere. All right, so now the fun begins. The magic happens right here. So we're going to take our lightest color, pink, which is my bubble bath. And then we're going to, oh, it worked out good. It went the same direction. So we're going to just, or maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. So we're going to find our something that we can line up, a focal point. So can you see this guy's the center and this guy's the center of these 2 flowers. So I'm going to put that down, and then I got to kind of twist it a little bit to fit. These 3 little thingies here are going to line up here. So I'm going to keep rotating. So I got them lined up there. Let's see, we want to bring this guy down. So now I've got those 2 things lined up, and now you can see I'm kind of lined up here. I hope I'm zoomed in far enough. And so now I think we're good to go with our first layer. Oops, I should probably have taped that to the table. Let me do that. I'm going to tape it down because when I was doing this on my sample, I was moving it and it was a little flustering. I'm going to put that right there where I don't need to put any ink. So plus the one I made earlier, I had to turn, it was easier to turn my paper. So we're going to just dip into our bubble bath. Oh, a bubble bath sounds kind of good today after my running around. And we're just going to kind of, you could also tape the mask down to help keep you in alignment because I've already moved it. And I'm trying to start back off my mask a little bit. to get the pink on there. You can make it as dark as you want, go over it as many times as you want. Try not to shake the table too much. So we got our first one on. Now I'm going to bring it up. So these little dots are off the page. So we need to line this flower up. So we're going to do our flower. And then we need to just kind of keep turning until we got our centers. And now we're putting our flower in place there. I'm going to pull it down so our centers match. And then I want this little hole over here to go into place here. And then these look pretty good. Again, you may want to, oh, and I got to remember to get done. You may want to tape the mask down. Living on the Edge. I think that's a song from my high school days. Maybe not. You know, I didn't really listen to the radio in high school much. My kids were just saying how they really weren't exposed to a whole lot of music. Because we didn't really listen to music a whole lot at home. And when I did start listening like to the radio and such, it was country. So that's what my son, who was at his conference a couple weeks ago, they were playing some kind of trivia, I think he said. And he didn't know any of the songs because he didn't know the music. Oops, sorry, honey. But he could win if it was country music songs, he'd win for sure. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to line the centers up with this little guy, and I'm going to go with these three things over here. I got these up here, and then the rest, you know, it's partials. Now we're on to mask number 2, so they're partials. So I'm going to use my Petunia Pop. Gonna hold it in place again, get some wall safe tape or post-it tape or something that you can glue or tape it down with without wrecking your paper. And I'm probably not going to go too heavy. These masks, you don't want to be too heavy-handed, like ferocious with the brush, because if you catch one of these little things, or when you wash them, because if you catch one of these little things and bend it, you know, then you're, I don't want to say you're done for, because you might be able to like still use it yourself. But if you hold classes or things like that, you just might want to, oops, I gotta go. Just might want to, like, be careful. Oh, I'm lining this guy up. So I'm coming over here, tilting it a little bit to get the centers lined up. Let's see. See, this is where I told you guys I gotta, all right, so we're gonna turn this way more. Kind of going with this guy now. Come down here and get this guy. Turn it up and get that guy. This isn't really lined up yet, so let's cut here. Come in here. I got this guy over here. We're gonna come back down and get our right here. I think that looks pretty good now. I got all the little odds and ends covered. Oops, that was a little A little heavy. How you stunted art. Yes, I stunted your musical radio music. And as I told your brother, he could have chosen any music he wanted to put onto his little iPod and stuff. So it's not all my fault. All right, so now we're on to oh Lord. All right, so now we've got our third mask, and I'm going to use Berry Burst. And this one's barely got any holes, but we're going to fill in our centers now of all these little ones. So let's see here. We got to give it a little turn. We're going to fill in these two centers. I'm going to crank it up and flip it up a little bit. Okay, so these guys look good. That guy looks pretty good. And these are all within the flower line, so I'm thinking we're good. So I think my berry burst is really juicy, so I'm gonna definitely go off the paper for the berry burst. Or not the paper, it's the plastic, the mask. And try not to do too heavy. Ooh, that's turning out pretty. So now I'm going to come in with these guys. And then we need to turn it. Well, let's see. Maybe that. Oh, there we go. There we go. And again, like I said, if you pick something that you need to line up that you know it helps. So there we go. Go ahead, put this berry burst on the top half. Okay, so now we've got our flowers done. I'm going to bring in my old olive. And now we're on to mask number 4. So now, let's see, I got a line. I'm going to start with this curly Q thing. So I'm going to line that curly Q thing up. So it's going to make the curly Q and then the little, I don't know what you call them, the little things the flowers sit in, I don't know what it's called. And then that pretty much is lining up the rest of what we got here. So let me make sure, get that in there again. This all looks good. All right. So I'm going to put my old olive. I don't want to go too heavy because I'm going to use old olive again for the second layer. So I don't want to go too heavy on the first one. Must be I need to pick a different spot to tap on the pad though, because I feel I'm not getting a whole lot of ink. That's all right. Like I said, we don't want to go too dark. Okay, so then we don't have the curly Q thing on this one. But we can move it up and see what we got. We need to come up to, this is what I had to do before. Say, okay. Here's our curly Q. So maybe I moved it up almost the same way. This is where I told you guys is because I tilted it, the stamp makes the line up just a little bit, I don't want to say more difficult, but a little more challenging. But see how pretty this is for like very little effort. And I've seen watercolor people like heat embossed the black that I did and then watercolored in there using the masks. Basically, it's whatever you want to do with it. Can be really cool. You could sponge through these, watercolor through these, kinds of fun stuff. So let's go and find our, is our little curlicue thing here? No, what else can we line up? We gotta have the leaves down here. So maybe this is gonna go with that one and give it a turn. There we go. I think they look pretty good over here. Yeah, I think those look pretty good. These ones now, or these, need to be a little bit darker. Not too dark like this is gonna be, because I splotched all my ink in one spot. Whoops, I moved it. Again, tape it down, ladies, tape it down. All right, let's see what I did there. Not too shabby. And so now we got this guy. He goes off. Let's bring this up to here. Give it a turn. There we go. They kind of fall into place. You can sort of see the see, I got a dark green blob there too. I'm not cleaning the brush or dabbing it off on the plastic good enough. Okay. And there we go. How fun is that? Isn't that pretty? Let me peel that up. Let me get my little cleaner up, clean that ink off before we wind up with it on our card, which we don't want. Thanks, Vesta. All right, so now I've got a soft sea foam. Oh, I got another little tidbit to show you guys, in case you didn't ever give it a thought. If you bring, like in your trimmer, this piece is 8.5 by 5.5. You can score it at 4.25 or like fold it in half. And if you butt the edge up along your trimmer or something that you've got with a little edge on it, you know that you're straight, and then you could fold it in half right up to that edge, and you should have a pretty spot on fold. And I've been pretty impressed, as long as I cut straight, with my folding abilities. All right, so now we're gonna glue. I've got a 5.25 by 4-inch black. And then in case I forgot to tell you, this piece was 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. I'm going to glue that down to the black. I did not put any ribbon on this, but it would be real pretty to have some ribbon where I'm going to put the sentiment. A bow, depends what you need it for. If you want it a little fancier looking, could add some pretty ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and glue the black down. Just check my, okay. And then I have from the Spotlight on Nature dies, I cut a, it is, let me tell you, about 1 3/4 inch circle from one of the dies. They're really cool die set. Has a all different sizes, and there's this one with the dashes and dots in it. There's one that's got little flowers around it, and then there's one that's just got little lines all around it. And they like vary in sizes, each like patterns in a different size. I probably could just get it and show you, couldn't I? Here. See how it's in different sizes? And they all go down. I've obviously got a lot of them out of there, but they're just really neat dies. My new go-to. So I've got the 1 3/4 circle, and I'm going to use the Grateful for You stamp. And I thought about shaking up the color instead of black, and then I think I'm going to try the olive and just see what it looks like. I was not, for some reason, a big fan of the black. We're going to try olive, old olive on this one. See what it looks like. Oh, I like that. Sneeze, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay. And then I pop that up here. So as I said, you could put some pretty ribbon underneath of it, some gems around on top of the flowers too, but I just left it pretty basic. Not a whole lot of fluff going on. Well, thanks. And then we're just going to pop that in that area. As you saw, when I put those two on, I didn't mind that I had the big white space because I wanted to put the greeting there. And I thought I could try and fill that space in. And then I said, why do you want to fill that space in and take the time to do all that mask work if you're just going to cover it up? So I didn't think that it really showed all that much, that there was nothing there. So then on my inside, I decided to jazz this one up a little more. So I got another black and I got another white. So 5 1/4 by 4 and 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And I just put, it would be really pretty to try and get this sprig here down there. Okay, you guys, I'm going to try it. My other one, I just put that little tiny dude down there. But let's just try and be crazy and see if we can get just this little bit. And I didn't get into all the dye stuff that's there. Some of those dyes will cut out just like this rose and just different pieces of this. You don't have to, it doesn't cut out everything. Oops, no, I just took that off. So we'll see what we get. It looks all right. So let me show you real. Where did I put them? Like this rose here, I believe will cut out like this part of the center. So you've got different pieces in here that will cut out. This little sprig is here, the leaf is here, this little flower is here, and I think these 4 leaves are all extra. This guy must be this thing that I just did. So there's a whole bunch of options in there. But let's just see. I'm gonna take my brushes. If I used my little weenie brush, would have probably. So it's a little, you know, a little more messy, a little more abstract or whatever by not using the markers or whatever, but you can certainly do that. I just thought since there was ink in the brush, we could just use the ink in the brush. But if you're a colorer, it would be very pretty to color. And you could do that also with the thing on the front. Use your markers. If you like to color, that would be gorgeous. We all know I'm still a junior colorer in training. Novice. Coloring 101. I still haven't passed that class. Still trying. Giving it my best shot. When I was at my mom's cleaning out, hopefully my daughter's not on here anymore. She will start giving you guys away all my dirty little secrets. But like my 3rd grade teacher, I mean, you know, they had some improvements I could make, but dang it, if they didn't say I tried my hardest. Mostly at talking to my neighbors, but yeah, it was not for, you know, I was a good kid. Anyway, here's our card that we just made. Here's the sample that I came with. Oh, I got a little bit bigger black border on this one, but it's just, the masks are just so cool. And have no fear, because you know what? I forgot, I brought you guys a second card. So I stamped the whole flower on here, right? Masked it off, did it all while I was making my sample, my second sample with these colors. I did this one, so you didn't have to watch me do it all again. Then I went with those dies I showed you, and I cut out 3 pieces. And of course, that's not how they line up in there, but so I cut out the 3 circles from my base there. I got Berry Burst this time and a bubble bath. And this must have really shrunk in my birch folder, because look at how much it started out as 4 by, well, it still is 4 by 5 1/4 is my well, it just looks like it's really small, smaller than I like. But anyway, I ran it through the birch folder. Let me show you. Maybe some of you haven't seen it. Birchwood 3D embossing folder. Now this goes with the Wintry Treetops bundle, and it's one of those big ones. Fits on the whole plate, and so it runs through, and it makes this pretty design. So let me go ahead and glue this down. Yeah, Nancy, I said earlier, this is the first time I played with this, and I struggled as I got with those finer, the more detailed pieces, I guess, the leaves, the third layer of the flowers, just get them lined up. But they lay down pretty good. Like I said, if you can find a focal point that you need to line up, you're doing pretty good. So then I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to pop this up, and we're kind of like playing along here as we go because I'm not exactly sure. I think I want this one popped up. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I'm going to pop this one up. Like, I'm not going to put it down all the way. Oh, let's see. I'm going to have a sentiment across the bottom. So let's set that one like that. Then I want this other big one. We're going to kind of go up off the side with this other big one. And then I think this one I might glue flat down underneath. Maybe I'll glue it flat on there and pop up the back. Let's see what that does. I like that you guys let me play and I don't feel I gotta stick to the script. So this might look better. We'll stick that one under, pop up the back of it. Let me hold that down for a second to glue that down. Probably you can't even tell, so. All right, I think I like that. I'm gonna stick them all in place. This one too, I think would look really pretty with maybe some gems on there. I didn't get that far in my thought process, I guess. And I'm going to use the You Make My Heart Smile because it was in this set. And it's a nice long one to go across the bottom. Oh, you know what would look really neat is that script one. That would have been cute if I put that on there, then embossed it. I think it might be called like Sweetly Scripted. It has celebrate, I think, happy anniversary, happy birthday. Get well, speedy recovery. I think speedy recovery is on there. So let's see, I was going to use black. I'm going to shake it up this one too. I think I'm going to try Berry Burst. I'm going to try Berry Burst on this one. Let's see, You Make My Heart Smile. So we'll go with that one. And then I'm going to snip up the ends. We gotta do this one. Let's see, I don't have as much space to use up on this one. Oops, that one's off. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Then I'm gonna pop that. Oh, I like that color on there. I'm gonna pop that one up on the bottom. I probably need 3 little pieces, don't I? That one in the middle and get one more. We'll get one more. Oh, yeah, that's it, Dawn. That one would be cute across the bottom too. Didn't we just do that? We did that with one of our cards at the last class, I think. And one of my paper pumpkin cards. Stamp it and then emboss it. It looks really cool. If you haven't done it yet, give it a try. think that looks pretty even. Okay. And I didn't, because I didn't make this card, it was just thought up ahead of time. I didn't do anything for the inside, but if you wanted to, you could even use a smaller, one of the smaller circles. Where'd my computer go? Did my computer die? Uh-oh. I've had it plugged in all day. Oh, dang it all. I don't know if I'm still live. I don't think I am. And I don't have a phone down here to. Yeah, my computer won't nuts on me, so. I better keep that there in case I didn't. My computer's just completely gone, so I'm just gonna assume I'm done, but you could use another circle and then put that down here in the bottom. Okay. I don't know. You guys lost me or not? I think you did. Well, my internet connection was restored. Oh, I'm still live. Okay, Dawn says I'm still live. Chrissy, thank you guys. I don't know if you can see. That was weird. My computer totally went dead on me. It's been charged all day long. So I don't know, just too strange. It's one thing after another, right? Technology. But I had a cord, I plugged it in. And I just wanted to show you guys that we could take another circle here and cut that out and then put that on the inside with a white. You could, hang it off the edge because we go over here, we could, let's see, let me just pretend this fits, get a white punch kind of thing, and then hang that off the corner or fussy cut and glue that in the corner, which I think I will do. I'm going to fussy cut that out and I'm going to stick that down there in the corner. I think that'll be really cute. And you can see me and hear me. How about that? Who'd have thought that my whole computer could die, shut down, and everything came right back on when it got juice again? But I won't make you watch me fussy cut that, but that's what I'm going to do. I'll post it in the comments when it's done. So there's our cards, guys. Couple options that you can use, the masks and the circle dies, punches, whatever you got going, and use this gorgeous and a plethora of colors. I mean, the colors that you can use with this, it was amazing. I saw lots of these colors, pinks, but you could use a yellow and greens and just, yeah, whatever, the colors of flowers is just never ending. So that's it. That's all I got to say. My computer's wigging out on me again, so I'm just gonna go and thank you guys for watching. I gotta figure out how to end it, so thank you very much. I'll be back again. You guys have a great rest of your night. Let's see what I gotta do here now. Get my computer back over here. Figure out where I gotta go. I could be live for who knows how long. No, I'm back. All right. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you again. Appreciate you watching, commenting, sticking with me, sharing, and everything in between. I'll talk to you again. Or not. No, it's not letting me end. Lord Almighty. Guess you're stuck with me for till tomorrow. There we go.